Hello guys, how's it going? My name is Dal, and Patch 10.15 released 1 week ago, bringing with it new features, new open world content, and a ton of class changes. By now, most have been able to test all of the recent class updates for themselves, as the community get to rediscover which of our classes are currently looking the strongest for endgame content. And it looks like a new meta has been shaping inside of Mythic Plus dungeons, with certain unexpected playstyles rising above others when it comes to their overall popularity. With new alt-friendly benefits becoming enabled as of this week, patch 10.15 is the perfect time to catch up any of your alt characters. And I've got a messages from you guys asking me for class recommendations, as many returning players are looking to pick up something competitive for endgame content. Some of you are interested in gearing viable options for raid PvP, while others are interested in raiding, but many of you have expressed your desire to compete in Mythic Plus dungeons specifically. So today I wanted to go over some of the most popular and the strongest class specs to play for Mythic Plus dungeons in the patch 10.15, based on the early numbers that we've been able to observe over this past Dragonflight update. But right before we get into this class list video, most of you guys watching these are still not subscribed. However, the more of you remind, the more of you do, so let's keep it going. Subscribe to the channel and ring the bell if you're watching these videos anyway, especially if you want to get more regular content regarding all of the newest Dragonflight updates and changes going forward. I'm going to break this video down starting with one of the most important roles of every dungeon party, the stalwart vanguard that is the tanking role. And in a surprising turn of events, the Guardian Druid tank has been able to claw back towards the top position since the release of the patch 10.15. Though even during the early patch of 10.1, Bear Druids weren't all that uncommon, as they held some of the best damage within the raiding environment and were considered some of the tankier choices for Mythic Plus dungeons. But the talent rework of patch 10.15 has helped to solidify them a much safer footing, propelling them above all other playstyles. Their new talent tree has seen a bit of a refresher, which allowed them for a bit more build variability. Previously, Bear Druids were pitched to heavily invest into the Arcane Bear hybrid gameplay, but the recent improvements have allowed the Earth Sign aspects to shine even brighter, with Raise no longer replacing Maul, allowing for much greater single target, cleave, and AoE damage. The ability of Thrash has become even more effective, with its bleed capable of stacking up to 2 additional times. Both Raise and Thrash allow Ursock's Fury to fully flourish, providing Guardian Druids with a potent absorption effect. Ursock's Fury helps counter Guardian Druids' weakness of magic damage, which tends to pierce past their thick bear hides easily. Bear's self-healing is further improved with Frenzied Regeneration, which can scale based off of their current health, becoming more potent the more injured the bear becomes. Combined with the party healing support as well as group control kit, Guardian Druids are positioned to become one of the stronger, more reliable tanking spec options for Mythic Plus dungeons. Next we have healers, and one of the strongest healing specs to surge forward as of the patch 10.15 is the Holy Paladin, which has been able to break past all other playstyles in raids and Mythic Plus dungeons. Holy Paladin has received a massive rework which has transformed their playstyle, providing them with more interesting talent options and powerful new healing and damage combinations. Holy has become even more focused on the Glimmer of Light playstyle, able to adjust and control this passive healing effect with a large variety of new talented options. Paladins have gained a new talent of Daybreak, which will consume all glimmers to restore mana, causing them to flare out with much greater effectiveness. This allows them to use the talent of Rising Sunlight, where future Holy Shocks gain tremendous value. Combined together with Toll, this creates a powerfully satisfying healing combo which can support your group in some of the most harshest combat encounters. Lesser utilized talents like Tyr's Deliverance help pave the way to success when it comes to group-wide healing, and even your separate casted effects become far more potent. Now, Holy Paladin is expected to see some nerfs as of making of this video, though based on the early reaction from the general Paladin community, not a lot of them are overly concerned, as the gap between Paladins and other healers is currently quite wide, and these changes will likely shorten it, but a gap is still likely to remain. Unless we see some heavy-handed tuning changes going forward, Holy Paladins are expected to retain the highly favorable position going forward. Next, let's go over some of the DPS specs which have been able to dominate within Mythic Plus dungeons, starting with the newest addition of the Augmentation Evoker. This buff-oriented playstyle has gained a ton of traction since its release in the 10.1.5, becoming a staple of every dungeon group in both high-end and even low-end difficulties. With a passive of close as clutch mates, their buff mechanic will heavily fortify the party's damage potential, providing your group with a consistent damage amp throughout all combat encounters. Augmentation helps fill out the party's utility tools by providing them with a bloodlust effect, a group health increase, a group-wide damage reduction, debuff removals, and even party-wide protection, making them very complementary to just about any party class combination. And it seems that the general community has embraced the spec of augmentation pretty early on, making it the #1 sought-after playstyle when it comes to Mythic Plus dungeons. The next spec worth highlighting for the patch 10.1.5 is the Shadow Priest, which has found itself as one of the stronger playstyles since the patch 10.1 and has continued that trend into the 10.1.5. What makes Shadow Priest so effective is their ability to adapt to multiple combat encounters, capable of building a talent loadout which can be versatile against boss encounters, small target cleave groups, and even large overwhelming numbers of enemy forces, while still being able to output competitive damage at every level. Combined with their incredible group utility, which is only accessible to the class of Priest, with mass dispels, disease removals, and party-wide recovery tools, Shadow Priest has been able to hold its place among one of the most valued Mythic Plus dungeon specs so far in Dragonflight. Lastly, we have the class of Mage, with a spec of Fire currently leading the charge, though it should be mentioned that its sister specs of Frost and Arcane have also seen spectacular early performance as of the patch 10.1.5, as the three playstyles have seen sizable improvements thanks to the most recent reworks of the talent trees. But the spec of Fire deserves to be highlighted above others as it offers some of the best group-wide damage and single target output, sporting talent builds which can be adapted to any dungeon environment. Fire mages in particular benefit greatly from higher end dungeons, where enemies live for a prolonged amount of time, capable of burning down healthy foes with an array of fiery explosions, setting up a singular enemy as a living volcano as they erupt with flames burning all foes around it, which has so far proven to be quite effective. Mages have also received new support tools in their base class talent tree, some of which further improve their survivability in the heat of the battle, while others provide them and their allies with additional protective measures. Though it should be mentioned that all three specs of mages have been found overperforming above all others, with their damage scaled down as of making of this video, though it is very much expected that all three specs will likely continue to perform above most expectations, even with this little speed bump as of the patch 10.1.5. And that's going to be the full list of classes that found a ton of popularity, specifically for Mythic Plus dungeons so far in the patch 10.1.5. I want to thank all of you so much for watching this video and hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. As per usual, if you guys enjoyed this video or found it informative, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. I would very much appreciate it. And as always, in the description of every single video and live stream, we have a link to our Discord community channel. Probably the best place to reach out to me directly in case you want to let me know what you thought about this video or hang out with the rest of the community to discuss some of the upcoming changes. Join our Discord to become part of the community. But otherwise, thank you all so much for watching this video. I do hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know all of your thoughts down below. And as always, I'll see all of you guys in another video.